Hello, 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 blessings and welcome. Welcome to Ascension to Love with Alice. It's such an honour to be here. I'm so excited to be here with you, talking about a slightly controversial topic. This video may trigger some, and that's good, and that's okay. This video has the intention to help you be able to discern, learn that power of discernment, to empower, and really align, should we let it, to really understand and go deeper than we've gone before if we let it. But I say that it will perhaps trigger some people because a trigger is there to show us where our wounds are. A trigger is there to show us what shadows remain needing to be integrated, and that's the beauty of a trigger. So if you find that this video does trigger you, that's okay. Take a deep breath, pause the video, get through it if you can. And if you can't, it's okay to switch off, right? It's okay to switch off. What's really exciting about the time that we're in right now is we are going through this ascension process, right? We're going through this really beautiful ascension process, not just of ourselves, but the whole collective, the planet, the solar system, the universe, right? This whole space and time is going through this ascension process. And whilst we navigate that, we get to come across all these templates that we've embodied, that we've chosen to bring down into our physical form to clear on behalf of the collective, on behalf of ourselves, the collective. We get to play with all the energies that are around. We get to dance with them. We get to learn about the laws of the universe, right? We get to learn about things like law of attraction, the Hermetic principles. We get to understand how this world operates and functions on a much deeper level, on the level of the mysteries even, right? The ancient ways that have been hidden for a very long time. And as we start to really delve into why we're here and really delve into our human experience, we get to clear so much karma. We get to clear and integrate any shadow with light, right? We live in a third dimensional world right now. You may hear this bouncing about a little bit, this 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D. The goal, the plan of why we're here really is to really enjoy ourselves, right? The human experience is about seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, feeling, having wonderful encounters with one another, right? Moving our body and experiencing the projection of the earth, because it really is a projection of ourselves, right? We may hear people band about words like as within, so without, but what does that really mean? Do we really understand that? Just because someone says that phrase, do we really understand what that actually means? Do we integrate that? Have we integrated that? And I come to you today to do this video because once again we're at a high energy moment in time. We've had the Lion's Gateway, we're still in that beautiful energy. We've just had a new moon in Leo. And it's really interesting because there are some out there whose experience differs very much from other experiences. Everyone has their own unique experience of things, right? Their own translation of energy. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a really beautiful thing. But what's really interesting here is, we are no longer in the age where we look to a guru, where we look to one particular teacher, where we look to a certain soul spreading a certain message and take that as gospel, right? That is not the age that we're in anymore. The age that we're in is when we are realizing that we are all that guru, that teacher, that all comes from within us. And the whole purpose of, being in this third dimensional plane, right, which is kind of this fear-based plane, there's this pendulum that swings, right? The law of polarity, the principle of polarity is very much active here, along with the other principles that this world operates on. We are in a mystery schools. It's a learning platform. The earth is a learning platform. And it's a very sacred space, right? Saying this, the point of frequency, the point of vibration, the point of attraction within us, so what we focus on will manifest in our outer world, right? What we are experiencing within will be what we experience without, okay? The outer world is essentially there to show us what energy grids are still active and where any holes in our auric field might be, where any wounds may be, where any inner child wounding, false parent templating, false lover template, you know, all these kind of templates and paradigms, you know, it's illuminated for us by what we are experiencing in our outer world. And so I say that because when you find someone who is speaking a message, they can be a light worker, they can be a starseed, they can be, you know, however we choose to call ourselves. We're all essentially a human being, right? A very divine human being, with that beautiful divinity within us, right? And the human is the vehicle that we're driving. And when we are new to what is being spoken, when we are trying to discover, trying to understand, trying to make better our experience, right? Trying to bring more bliss, more abundance, more joy, more love into our experience, you know, we may gravitate towards certain people with a certain message. And that's excellent because their message is resonating with you, right? But at the same time, know that the time that we're in right now isn't a time where we are giving our power away. We want to look at what does that really mean, right? Anything that you hear from another person, especially someone who does what we're doing right now, a light worker, spreading a message, especially us, take everything into your heart. This is how we discern a message, because that light worker is also having a human experience and they're still navigating whatever contracts they brought into this lifetime, whatever karma they're clearing as well, whatever karma we're clearing. We all have these contracts that we're clearing as well. We're all having a human experience. So anytime you hear anyone, and this could be someone that, you know, that you've just happened across, law of attraction have brought them to you, you've heard a recommendation from someone, right? You've met them somewhere. Whenever you're hearing a message from anyone, we want to bring it into our heart space. We want to bring it into our heart space. We want to bring up the light from the earth and the light from above, as above, so below, with that bridge in the middle. We want to bring that light around us, within us, fill our heart space. And we want to ask, you know, does that message resonate? And I say this right now because the more light that comes into the earth, right? The more light that comes in, which we've just had an enormous amount coming through Lionsgate from the 8/8. What that does is it kind of, it's like throwing a rock into a muddy pond, right? All the gunk and stuff will come up, all the shadows will come up, right? To be reintegrated, right? And sometimes we can hear that message spread across different platforms, in different groups, in different spaces. And it can look like many different things, but really, everything that is happening outside of us, everything that we say, everything that we do, is a reflection, an exact reflection of what is going on within us. So, on that kind of that way of introducing what I'm about to say right now, we're going to look at what happens when we give our power away to anyone or anything. Because we're here on this planet Earth. We have the sun, that beautiful masculine energy that activates, that activates us, that, we can translate those beautiful solar rays into many, many different things. And then when the sun and the earth is orbiting, doing that dance, sun goes down, moon comes up. It's really interesting when people feel influenced or even controlled by a certain thing. That could be a satellite, such as the moon. That could be a comet, an asteroid, a planet. We know through astrology, through natal charts, which is such an ancient practice, it's been here before the dawn of time, right? That all of these different planets, asteroid, comets, satellites, stars, were, it was important to read where they lay in your natal chart, because it would help us understand what our sacred gifts are in this lifetime, what we may be coming to clear, what experiences we may have, And it was used as a navigation system to help us live our highest timeline, right? And to give us a bit of maybe foresight and to also hone in on our unique gifts, because each one of you has a very, very, very unique voice, a unique gift, unique energy. No one else, nothing else can ever compare to you, because you are unique. But at the same time, we also all come from the same pool of energy, right? So no one can actually control you. No one can control us. Nothing can control us. So if we are feeling influenced, and I'm going to bring this up actually in this way. I'm going to just change how I'm going to say this. Sometimes I get asked about the moon, about the integrity of the moon. Whatever we choose to focus on is what is going to be made reality. We've seen that really well over the past 2 years. Whatever we focus on will be made reality for us. So for some people, that looks very different to some other people. It doesn't mean to say that the message is incorrect from any of those people. It just means to say that that is their truth. But the point of this video is, what is your truth? Because for me, I get asked, it's been a full moon, it's been a new moon, has it impacted you? Like, has it affected you? And I'm like, well, I feel how that beautiful planet wishes to enhance my experience, or that beautiful satellite, because the moon is a satellite, wishes to enhance my experience, right? But it doesn't control me. It doesn't crash me. It doesn't make my energy go dip or anything like that. That doesn't happen to me, because I've healed the wounding that is wanting to be projected to an external thing such as the moon, right? Same with anyone. I don't want to be around this person because of this, this, and this. It's not the person, it's the energy grid. That's always what it is, right? It's never the thing, the person, the message, the planet. It's always the energy grid. What is underneath it, right? What is underneath that projection? So if we're projecting something outwardly to another thing, being, person, something like that, we need to ask ourselves, well, if I really wish to embody this fifth dimensional living, which is unity consciousness, which is unconditional love, we recognize then that everyone is a mirror reflection of us. So if we're projecting something outwardly, that's only going to be able to happen because it's within us. It's an energy grid that is wanting to heal and wanting to be integrated, a part of the inner child that wants to be absorbed in love that's been rejected previously. So it's really interesting, because I've been asked recently about the integrity of the moon and the integrity of Lion's Gateway, right? Lion's Gateway has always been, since our planet has been here, a pivotal point in time for us, a beautiful alignment, right? A very beautiful alignment, bringing in much alignment for ourselves should we choose to, but also much contrast for others if we're in denial, if we're rejecting a part of ourselves. Because once again, whatever our point of attraction is going to be projected outwardly. So if we awaken to the day with an open heart, and we bring that love into our heart, we focus that there, and we have that as our point of attraction, then anything that should arrive and appear will always be greeted with that love, with that integration. Anything that we are rejecting may appear as contrast, may appear as a threat, right? And this is where many of the wounds, such as the sisterhood wound, comes from. It's that threat, right? Because we feel a scarcity within, right? Yeah. Thank you to the beautiful souls that are commenting on this video. So much love to you. Yeah. So this message really is to say, you have your power. No one else has your power. Anything that anyone else can do, you can do, right? No one is better than you. No one is worse than you. We are all equal in the sense that we are all God. We are all God, Goddess. We are all that divine energy having a human experience. And that beautiful light within us is a very high frequency, and the human body is a little bit denser, right? Because we're made up of this earth, which is from the third dimension. And the more we experience and play with and dance through these realms on this earth, the more we get to face and integrate any of the energy grids within us, any of the wounds, the rejected parts of us that are just wanting to be loved, because that's all the shadow is, right? That's what the dance between the light and the shadow is. It's never to push away the shadow, it's to integrate it, to embrace it in love. right? To integrate both swings of the pendulum on that principle of polarity. When we integrate them, that's when we come into the heart space, and that's when we stay anchored there, right? If there is any, if we find ourselves saying, and I did a video last week, I think it was, or the week before, about, you know, them versus us, is that really a paradigm? No, it's a victim template, because we feel that there is someone who has more power over us, so we're giving a part of us away. We're being shown that someone, that we're giving a part of ourselves to someone in some way, shape or form, or to an energy grid that's manifesting in physical, really. So if you're hearing a message from anyone, and this includes myself, right? This includes myself, but anyone, doesn't matter who they are or how wide their message is spread, how many books they've written, how many courses they run, how many people follow them, it doesn't matter. What matters is, does that message in that moment in time resonate in your heart as truth? Does it lift you up, or does it feel a bit in your solar plexus? Does it feel a bit, I'm not sure, right? Because it may be that their message is very, very true for them, but at this point in time, it's not true for you. Or you've already healed through the message that they are delivering. Because once again, we are all having that human experience. So my hope and intention from this video is that anyone that is drawn to watching it, thank you for staying through to the end. And thank you for listening with an open heart. And I hope that what has been conveyed here will help you find that discernment within self, will help navigate the mystery schools that we're on, right? This earth plane. And also provide you courage to reclaim the part of ourselves that we are still giving away, that we still feel belong to someone else or is projected outwardly. All the light is always within you, and it's from you within you, that your external world, the without, projects. So your point of attraction is everything. And it's okay to recognize as well that every single human on this planet is having a human experience, which brings contrast. So one message they may say may really resonate and really help you, but the next sentence may not, and that's okay. That's okay, right? It's how we respond to that, it's how we integrate that, and it's how we find the roots of what that energy grid is within ourselves, and how we find that root, how we integrate that, and how we bring love to it. That really will determine how our timeline progresses forward, and whether we start to repeat cycles or whether we grow from them and expand in our own divine beauty. I did a series of videos at Yule, at the winter solstice, starting the winter solstice, which was a practice that Yeshua taught, and it was about integrating a wounded aspect of self, loving and integrating a wounded aspect of self. That's on my YouTube channel. Should you feel called to want a short meditative practice, a short practical practice to help with that. I did a 30-day thing. They're about 10 minutes long. You can choose one of them. You can watch the whole playlist. But have a look back on my playlists on my YouTube channel, Ascension to Love with Alice. If you are resonating with this message and you would like to, in a more active way, integrate any wounds that you have and heal them through your own heart space and your own love. Everything is within, right? And as within, so without. Abundance, an inside job, love, inside job, all of it. So much love to you all. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you all soon. Blessings.